सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Yesterday we were seeing Nidhaye Sarvavidhyanam Bhajage Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarvalokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. To that knowledge, formless knowledge, who is the repository of all the knowledges, means the non-dual self. And since he is Bhava himself, he is the one who is capable of removing the Bhava, samsara. So, and he is the Guru of all the worlds. To that Dakshinamurti, my salutation. And then we went on to say, Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanaika Murtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Om Namah Pranavarthaya. Om Namah Pranavarthaya. My salutations. Om Namaha. My salutations to him. To whom? Pranavarthaya. One who is the implied meaning of the Pranava. Pranava means Omkara. Pranava means Omkara. One who is the implied meaning. And we saw how he is the meaning of Pranava. A, U, Ma, and there is a silence. A is gross, U is subtle, Ma is the causal, and silence is the fourth character, is half character, which we said is the self. So gross merges into the subtle, merges into the causal, merges into the self. Then there is another way to see it, which is the waking state merges into the dream state, merges into the deep sleep state, merges into the self. Or there is another way to see it, which is the Annamaya Kosha merging in the Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya Kosha, merging in the Anandamaya Kosha, which merges in the self. So whichever way, these are all different kinds of prakriyas, we call it, methodologies. Whichever way you want to inquire into, if you want to inquire into the Panchakosha, the 5 sheets, that is also possible. If you want to inquire into the 3 states, that is also possible. If you want to inquire into the 3 levels of existence, that is also possible. So whichever may be our methodology, see, whichever we are comfortable in, all that is acceptable. Okay. Now, Pranavarthaya. After saying Pranavarthaya, he says, Shuddha Jnana Ekamurtaye. Shuddha Jnana Ekamurtaye. Ekamurti, one form. One form of what? Jnana, one form of knowledge. Yes, in the previous class we said Dakshinamurti is formless knowledge. Now he says he is form of knowledge, the embodiment of knowledge. Okay. Now, what kind of knowledge? Because we use the word knowledge. Knowledge is the word which is most used and most abused. When we see this book, I say I have the knowledge of book. So this is also knowledge. This is also knowledge. And therefore, I should not confuse that all knowledges, even this knowledge, is the knowledge of self. Because people see that since the self is absolute joy, the self is of the nature of joy, bliss. Therefore, any bliss leads me to self. Any joy leads me to self. That is not true. So here we see that this knowledge, what is this knowledge? Shuddha Jnana. This is pure knowledge. Pure knowledge. Pure knowledge means the knowledge which is not affected by anything else. How do you know this? Immediately he says Shuddha Jnanaika Murte. After saying that, he says Nirmalaya, Malarahitaya. Mala means impurity. Nir means devoid of. One who is devoid of any impurities. One who is devoid of any impurities. Shuddha Jnanika Murtaye, one who is of the nature of absolute knowledge. Prashantaya. This is the word I used in the beginning for Mauna. Prashantaya. Prashanta means tranquil. Shanta means peace. Prashanta means absolute peace, tranquil. What can be of the nature of absolute peace other than the self? Prashantaya. So, to that Dakshinamurti, my salutations. Om Namaha Dakshinamurte Namaha. He says, Om. Normally, how we have the mantra is Om Dakshinamurte Namaha. Om and Namaha with the name of the deity in fourth case. Dakshinamurtaye. It's from fourth case. Dakshinamurtaye. Dakshinamurtaye. No, Murtaye. Because with the word Namaha, always we use fourth case. With the word Namaha, wherever Namaha is used, we use only the fourth case. That is the rule in Sanskrit. Namah Swaha Swadha Vashat Yogacha. There is a sutra with Namaha, with Swaha, Swadha, Vashat. With all these, in association with all these words, you have to use fourth case. When you say Namaha, it should be only fourth case. Now, Dakshinamurte Namaha, he says 2 times Namaha. Om Namaha, Dakshinamurte Namaha. Om salutation, Dakshinamurte salutation. Why 2 Namaha? He already established what is that nature of Dakshinamurti? Pranavarthaya. He is of the nature of Pranava. And that Dakshinamurti, when we inquired the absolute nature, the final nature of the silence, which is a Prashantaya. Do you understand what I mean? Om Namaha. Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. There are 2 Namahas. Are we talking about the same Om? It is Om and Dakshinamurti same? Are we doing salutation to the same form? No, Om is something else and Dakshinamurti is something else. That is what we normally think. Because Om Dakshinamurtaye Namaha, that can be one name. Om Namah Shivaya, like that. Om Namah Dakshinamurtaye, over. So how he says is Om Namaha Dakshinamurte Namaha. This Namaha is common for Om and Dakshinamurti. So this Om and Dakshinamurti both are not different. How do you see it is not different? Because Om is the Dakshinamurti is the Pranavartha, the meaning of the Pranava, the implied meaning of the Pranava, the real meaning of the Pranava, Om. Dakshinamurti is the meaning of Pranava. If he is the meaning of Pranava, then what is that? Nirmalaya, Prashantaya, Shuddha Jnana. All that establishes Nirmalaya, Prashantaya, Shuddha Jnanaika Murti. All this establishes he is of the nature of Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda. So, that is why he says Dakshinamurte Namaha and Om Namaha. Okay. Now, that there is nothing very deep in that. So, we will skip to the main shloka. From here, we come to the main shloka of Dakshinamurti. The Dakshinamurti is this from this. Really, the stotra starts from this. Really, the stotra starts from this. Vishvam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam pashyannatmani maya vahirivodbhutam yatha nidraya yas sakshat kurute prabodha samaye swatmanamevadvayam tasmai shri guru murtaye namaidam shri dakshinamurtaye. Vishvam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari. Vishvam. Vishvam means all, everything, the creation. How is this creation? Darpana. Darpana means a mirror. Drishyamana, perceived. Nagari. Nagari means world, the town, city. Vishwam, this world is similar to the image seen in the mirror. Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam. Tulyam, similar. But what's his real nature? See, why we have to see? First we'll see the meaning, the direct meaning. Nija Antargatam. See, if, okay. Nija Antargatam. The real is inside. Pashyan Atmani Maya. He sees in the self the duality because of the Maya, as though Bahirvod Bhutam, as though it has come manifested itself externally. Like Yatha Nidraya, like due to the dream, like due to the sleep, due to the dream. He sees the world to be different from him. Yah Sakshat Kurte, one who sees, the one who directly perceives during the waking state or during the realization, Swatmanam Evadvayam, only the non-dual self. Tasmai Shri Gurumurte Namaidam. To that Gurumurti, my salutation. Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari. Vishwam. The whole creation. Vishwam. Darpana, mirror. Drishyamana, perceived. Nagari, the city. Wait. If the whole creation is, okay, this is what the question is with many of these people. Okay. If you brought out the rope snake, very good. The rope snake is very good. Now, if I am superimposing the snake, on the rope is the reality. Okay, accepted. The snake is somewhere else, right? Snake is not here. That is okay. But the snake is somewhere else. The real snake exists somewhere. That is the snake I am talking about, not this one. The world is dual. You understand? If this is the superimposed snake, where is the real snake? That is the snake I am talking about. Beautiful. Okay. That is the snake. If that snake does not exist, where did you see snake here? Because when we see the mother of pearl gold, because this can in no way see is like silver. So it is mother of pearl gold, or this is some black metal. I don't know. So mother of pearl black metal, if this is, now where is the real black metal or real gold? Because the world of duality, the dualists say, oh, you have the experience of silver from the shop, from your house. That is why you are able to see the silver. If I don't have the samskara, the thought imprints of silver or gold, if I don't know snake, I'm not going to be superimposing snake on the rope. Simple logic. If I know snake, then I have the fear, etc. associated with the snake. Therefore, I'm going to superimpose that. If I absolutely no idea of snake, in fact, the real snake also will be something which is a plaything. What is this? Guruji, what is this? Oh, that is snake. Throw it away. We have to say, you will not be afraid of even the real snake. Leave about the rope snake. You will not even afraid of the real snake. So, this fellow, he says what? In the mirror, the city. And that city is something, the whole creation is like the city seen inside the mirror. It's all okay. I'm not even worried about that city which you see in the mirror. Then I am talking about the one which is really existing outside the mirror. Why should we talk about this mirror image? We are talking about the real image, the real, that which is giving the reflection. What about that? So that is why he says tulyam. It is similar to that nija antargatam. The original is inside the self. The original is the self. Wait, I don't understand. Original is self. Yes. The self is formless. Yes. The self is devoid of any impurities. Yes. And you say that formless self manages to project itself. How can that be? Does it even sense? Does it even seem any logic there? Do you see any logic there? Does it seem any logically there? There is no logic here. If the self is formless, then there can be no creation possible. And you want me to see that creation to be similar to a mirror image, an image seen inside the mirror. I will be worried about the reality, not about the reflection. Never. Who is worried about the reflection? I am worried only about the reality. That is what a king said. A king said to his people, we have to only respect the original, not the reality. Only the reality, the original, not the imagined ideas. So they said, we won't worship any photos, any images. So the minister, who is a great devotee, he wanted to make this king understand that it is not the photo, it is the original which we worship. How does he do? He brought a painting. He made a beautiful painting of the king and brought and presented it in the palace. He said, King, I commissioned a painter and I got this beautiful image of yourself. Oh, that is very beautiful. Then when the king is enjoying the beauty, he spit on the photo and took his chappal and started beating that photo. What are you doing? The king said, I'm just spitting on this image. I'm using the chappal on this image. Why are you shouting? That is me. How can that be you? Huh? If the image we worship is not of God, if the image we worship is not of God, how can this image be you? The king understood. Where this fellow comes from. Right. Okay. Don't spit anymore on this. I understand. You do whatever you do. So this is what is the idea. We are not worshipping the image. We are worshipping the reality of the image. The substratum of the image. Like our great photographer Dana takes the photo. Not of anyone, but only the blank spaces. Why? Because he is photographing the substratum. Maybe this will become a woke idea, and people will start. Oh, we'll take the substratum photos. Maybe it will become a viral hit. So the thing is, we are seeing the. Wait. Still, how can I see something which does not exist inside? See, if I stand in front of the mirror, I see my face projected in the mirror, reflected in the mirror. I move out, then that image does not stay there in the mirror. If it stays there, there are two possibilities. One, there is a ghost, That is not a big deal actually. If it's a ghost, don't worry. That is not a big deal. But if it is not, then there is a problem. The psychologists say if you speak to the wall, there is no issue. Everyone does that. But if the wall speaks to you, there is a problem. Similarly, if you see an image which is not moving even after you move, it may not be a problem. But if it is not a ghost, then there is a problem. Thing is, what is this image which stays there and without the reflect the original, without the original, this reflection is seen in the mirror. How can that be? See, you have to give an example. Why we are talking about this? This is an example, beautiful example. There's a beautiful example. But every time you give an example, it should have something in common with the exemplified. If I say the horse is similar to a mule. If I say a horse is similar to a mule, okay, there is some commonality between this horse and mule. But if I am going to say my horse is similar to the dinosaur, if I say my horse is similar to that bird, then you have a problem. Because there is no exemplified similarity. Comparison only takes place between similarity. And that similarity we saw. In that similarity, because of the error in the seer, because of the error in the means, or because of the error in the object, there can be a superimposition. There can be superimposition only because of these three reasons. There is a problem with me, the seer, my mind. I see a superimposition. In a similar thing. In a similar thing. Mother of pearl, silver or gold. In a similar thing. Because my mind is desiring for gold. Attached to gold. So I see gold here. Problem with me. Okay, or my problem with the eyes. What is this? Looks like gold. So a problem with the means, or it can be problem with the object. What is the problem with the object? Because of the shine, this seems to be gold. These are the three problems which can make us project the non-existent existent. But again, there also we saw in this, I don't see snake. In rope, I don't see silver. In mother of pearl, I don't see snake. Why? Because there is no commonality. There is no similarity there. So the projection takes place only between similar objects. Now, therefore, you have to show me what is the similarity between the self and this creation, non-self. Because you say the self projects like the world projected inside the mirror, the creation projected inside the mirror. How is it possible? Because they are completely contradictory. One is a form, the other is name and form, the other is nameless, formless. We call it Brahman, absolute, this, that, etc. because we can't transact without using words. Therefore, I keep repeating. Otherwise, we will have to say like Harry Potter, that one which cannot be named. So, that will be the situation now. So, what is the similarity? There is a formless and there is form. There is a nameless and there is a name. And you say that formless, nameless is reflected, like the name and form is like a reflection of the form and formless and nameless. How can that be? So to understand that Nija Antargatam, the original which is inside, that is what you see outside. There is no inside outside here, but the world is seen Like the world which is seen is like a city seen inside the mirror, which has no reality. Then what is that which is the cause for projection? For that he says, Pashyati Atmani Mayaya. Pashyati, he sees that world of duality. How? Atmani Mayaya. He sees in the self. Atmani, in the self. Seventh case, in the self. How? Maya. Through the Maya, through the illusion, through the ignorance. He projects a world externally because of his ignorance. Like we project the snake because of ignorance. We project the silver because of ignorance. Similarly, we project. Again, I am asking you, where is the original? I have seen the snake. I have seen the silver. Therefore, I am projecting. Where is the original world? Let me accept that is a projection. Where is the original world? There is no original world. That idea itself is projection. The original world idea itself is the projection. So that is why he says, but how can that be? That which you project inside seems to be seen externally. Something which is seen internally, how is it seen externally? I'm sitting and I'm enjoying something inside, or I'm hating something. I'm doing good or bad inside. How do I see that outside? How do I project that outside? I don't. Because if I had projected it outside, some residue should be here of that. No. How do you say that whatever you are seeing inside is what is projected outside? That is impossible. For that, we say it is not. We don't say it is projected outside. It is as though projected outside. There is a very clear demarcation. Like what? Like yatha nidraya bahiribodbhutam yatha nidraya, like in the dream. Nidra is word used for sleep as well as dream, like in the sleep. When you are asleep, you are seeing a beautiful dream or a bad dream or a nightmare, whatever it may be. That dream, whatever you experience in that dream, they are all real. They are all real. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can smell it, you can... All the sense organs which function here with respect to the real object function there. The same kind of experience which you have here happens there. If you are afraid of something here in this world, you are afraid of that very object in that dream. If you are happy about something in this world, you are happy of that very object in the dream. But does that dream object have any real value? I cannot say, just wait. Today I will dream some money, lotto, I'll get it in here. No, it is impossible. So that does not have any value here. Wait, this is also a beautiful thing. That is not real actually. That is not just all real. There's another possibility also. You are rich, you have all the advantages here, but in the dream, you are hungry. We have cooked the food, it's all ready, but we go into the dream and we are hungry. We don't have food. We are running from pillar to post for food. So whatever is here is not useful there. Whatever is there is not useful here. Oh, this we know. We don't need Vedanta class for this. Very good. True. What does that mean then? If something is real, something is true, it should be what? What is real, what is true? First, we have to understand. We don't understand anything. We just superfluously accept things and we just transact. Like I said in the Pitest, I said during the Vichar Sagara class, I said about the Chief Justice of India's comment. We had this LGBT marriage. Is it possible or not? Should we accept same-sex marriage or not? That was the question. So the Chief Justice of India, he goes on the stage and he says, see, I'm not just seeing the physical appearance. I'm seeing in absolute. There can be in that is what he says. There can be no absolute definition for a man or woman. Of course, there can be no absolute definition for anything, leave alone man or woman. You can't define anything in this world. Now, if that is so, what are we doing? We are, when I say this is a vase, a glass, you accept it as a glass. And when I say this is mother of pearl, you accept it as a mother of pearl, because we have a common understanding. We'll accept, okay, we'll accept this as mother of pearl. Tomorrow, when the world, which we say in this world, in this way, becomes a non-existent, this becomes a money. This is treated as a money, let us suppose. So, 20 euros. Okay. Oh, you are giving only 18 euros. Give me 20 euros. Okay. Now, what I have, they are not shells. They are money, because I have given the idea that this is money. Otherwise, what is money? Money is just a piece of paper. I give it the idea, superimpose it. There is a value for that when 20 is printed. If 20 is printed and if it is value, if it is called as money, then should I be using the 20 rupees as value here? That's also money. 20 is printed and the government has accepted that money, but that is Indian money. So even in money, there is no commonality. So that is why he says in the dream, therefore, that what we say is, what we establish is, when we say money, that idea of money, the currency, is not real. Why? Because if it is real, it should be accepted in all the 3 periods of time and in all the places. Leave alone all the places that we have established, that is not possible. In all the 3 periods of time also is not possible, because 5-6 years ago, we in India introduced a new money currency of 2000 rupees. And yesterday night, they declare that it is null and void. It will not be a legal tender after few days. No 2000 rupees. Now, if it is real, it should be eternally existent from past till the future. No. So the idea is what we are transacting with and not the reality. Even there, we don't need to see the Dakshinamurti shloka for understanding that. Since we don't understand it in the world, we don't accept it in the real world, we have to see it through Dakshinamurti shloka. Because the idea, whatever idea you take, we are all having an understanding in a superfluous way, and we are accepting, okay, this is how it should be, over. And we say, okay. So everything we accept is because, okay, this is a flower, a beautiful flower. I say it's a beautiful flower, and for someone it is not a beautiful flower. Someone it's, oh, I have seen beautiful flower than this. So the idea of beauty, yesterday we went to this souvenir shop, and there is a beer opener. In there, it is red. It is written, the beauty, we say beauty exists in the beholder. It says beauty is a what is that? Beauty is the in the beauty is in the eyes of beholder. That is what we say, and it is said beauty is in the eyes of beer holder. True. Beauty is in the eyes of beer holder. So that is what is the issue here. We are intoxicated not by beer but by ideas. So yatha nidraya, he says, like in the dream. So the objects of the dream, though they have a value, they give pleasure, they give pain, all the kind of duality which we experience in this world is taking place through those dream objects. Similarly, whatever gives pleasure and pain here are not useful there. Those are not useful here. So they have a limitation. Whatever has a limitation cannot be real. Whatever does not exist in 3 periods of time, in 3 periods of in all the places is not real. So anything which is limited by time and space cannot be real. That is the idea. That is the definition for reality. That which is not limited by time, place, causation is what is truth, reality. If it is limited by any of this time, place, or causation, then we are not talking about reality. That is not reality. Even if it be somebody sitting in the 7th heavens, no sir, he is limited by time, space. I go there or he comes here. Going, coming means there is a travel. Travel means space difference. So he cannot be real. So that is why he says yatha nidraya, like in the dream. Like in the dream. And the objects of dream are real. But when we wake up, do they have any value? They have no value. That is why he says, yes, sakshat kurute prabodha samaye. Prabodha samaye. Prabodha means waking state. Prabodha samaye means during the time of waking. Yes, sakshat kurute, one who perceives. One who perceives immediately during the time of waking that the objects of dream which I perceived are not real. Prabodha also means realization. One who understands during the time of realization, whatever he saw as the Vishwam, as the creation, is not real. During the time of waking, one who sees that whatever he saw in the dream state are not real. Similarly, during the realization, one who perceives that whatever he sees in the waking state itself is not real. From the standpoint of waking state, dream state is not real. From the standpoint of realization, waking state is also not real. So that is a prabodha means a waking as well as a realization. We say bodha. Bodha. Bodha means knowledge. Buddha avagamane, root word. Buddha avagamane. Bodha. To know. So one who sees that, one who understands that during the time of waking, during the time of realization, that the objects of the dream are not real, and the objects which is external of the dream also is not real, because they are all limited by time, space, and causation. Yes, sakshat kurte, one who perceives immediately, one who has the immediate knowledge, one who gains the immediate knowledge of that. And I woke up and I understood the dream objects are not real. Why? Because I, the dreamer, projected it in my dream. Therefore, they are nothing but me, the dreamer. Because in the dream, like we were discussing the other day, it's like the game. I used to give this example. During the 1990s, there was this game in DOS of creating a universe. You can create a universe. In that universe, whatever you desire, that animal and that plant and that object will exist. If you desire, okay, like this cook I was talking about, we have to have a zip in the stomach. You eat, enjoy, throw it off. Okay, if you really like that idea, you can have a zipper in your creation. So whatever you create in that world, you are going to create yourself also. You are not just going to create the other objects. You are going to create yourself also. The yourself which you are going to create will have more power, etc., than the others. All that is understood. You are not going to create yourself as a weak person. All that is understood. But in reality, what the question is, the created objects which you have, the animals, the plants, the trees, whatever they are, and yourself which you have created, are they different from you, the creator? No, they are all you. I created myself. I created other people also in the dream, in this game. Similarly, this game of dream, we can have a beautiful software, Game of Throne, Game of Dream. So in this game of dream, I create myself. I don't just create myself. I create the other objects which create pain or pleasure. Both. I am the creator of both. Without realizing that the object which gives me pain or pleasure is my creation, is me, not different from me, I experience the pain and pleasure in that. What a tragedy that is, right? Even the pleasure is a tragedy there. Without understanding that the object of pleasure which I created is myself. Now, if that is how it is in the dream, it is similar in the waking state. But how do I? There is no cause-effect relationship in the dreams. Suddenly you are seeing yourself walking with some friend, and suddenly that friend becomes a dinosaur. How can that friend become a dinosaur? Stop. Rewind. No, there is no stop, rewind. He becomes a dinosaur. He becomes becomes a tree. That tree becomes a ocean. There is no cause and effect relationship. Anything. Suddenly everything changes. You yourself will change like a donkey. That also can happen. You need not be yourself. So all these different ideas which are happening in the dream without any coherence happens here in the waking state also. But wait. Yesterday night I went to sleep. I removed my glasses. I kept it in right side of the table. I woke up and I need glass. I searched. I wherever I kept it, it was there. It stayed there the whole night. If it is my creation, before dream, okay, tomorrow morning when I wake up, it should be in the left side. Doesn't happen. No, it doesn't happen like that. Why? Because of our thought imprints. We are habituated, not that the glass should be on the right side. No, we are habituated for this kind of duality. This ignorance is not in the first class itself I established. This creation is not our first experience. We have experience in the past birth, in the past creation, and so many creations before. I said the snake in this rope didn't come when I see. There is no beginning I can establish for the snake which I see in this rope. Similarly, there can be no time limit, the beginning for this creation also. So what I do is I am projecting. why am I not projecting good things? Why only mixed or bad things? Why bad things happen only to me? Everyone sees that. Why it is only happening to me? It is not happening only to you. It is happening to you because of your thought imprint, your karmas. That is why we bring the karma theory there. I said you have to experience some good or bad because through someone, and that someone has to experience some good or bad because that is how we are interrelated. Otherwise, there is no reason for us to even say hi to a stranger. Here, when you go on the road, hi, hi. Why? Because that hi is a karma which connects me and that person. He has to say a hi to me. That karma is there in him, and I have to say a hi to him, and that karma is there in me. We are connected by. Otherwise, I won't even remember. He won't even remember me. So that one connection is what connects us. But there are some people who are connected to us for a longer period. Like the others. Like the others who come in our life. And there are some other people who are connected through our whole life. Like ourself. We are connected to ourself, the body sense organ complex for this birth. And that is exactly wait. If you said the Haya person is connected to you, me because of my karmas and because of his karmas, yes, I can understand that. We are connected to the dogs, cats, the other people who are in our life because of our karma and their karma. Yes, that is also accepted. But we are connected to this body also through the karma? Of course, yes. Because we said it in the first class, prarabdha karma, the package of karma, which is called as prarabdha karma, becomes the cause for this body sense organ complex. And that is why I, the self, am connected as though with this body sense organ complex. Because it is not just the others which who give the pleasure and pain, it is also me, myself, who give myself the pleasure and pain. So that is also there. Because of the external and the projected ideas, because of the external objects and the projected objects inside, I create pressure and pain. So he says, Prabodha Samaye, during the waking state, what happens? I understand, okay, that dream, whatever I saw, was not different from me. I was the one who projected it, and it all merged in myself when I woke up. Where was that? Big pile of money, cash, which we saw in the big pile of gold, which we saw in the dream? Nowhere. Print that it should be on the right side. Is it okay now? Okay. So because of my thought imprint that it should be on the right side, I have decided that it should be on the right side. Therefore, it is on the right side. I don't understand. See, we explain this through example. Okay. This is given to me, so this is mine. This is mine. This is mine. You understand? This is mine. Okay. This cloth is mine. This body is mine. This hand is mine. And this is me. I don't say this dog is me. I never say this dog is me. I say the dog is mine. I say me. I as well say my I. With the body sense organ complex, I have the idea of me and mine. With respect to external objects, I have only the idea that it is mine, never me. Yeah, sometimes when you have a dear thing like a car or like a cell phone which you just bought and you are just looking at it and truck, it falls from your hand and there is a crack in the screen. There is not really crack in the screen, it is a crack in your heart. Oh, my cell phone became myself because of the attachment. So how much we are attached to that object, this object makes it me instead of it being mine. The other day we were walking in the Dublin Park. That during that period, this they are taking this dogs for a walk, right? So a new dog owner was taking the dog for a walk. The old dog owner was taken for a walk by the dog. Actually, what they are doing is they are taking the dog for a walk. That is what they say. When they take the car, they put the dog inside the car and they go out. They say, I'm going for a walk. I'm taking the dog for a walk. But what happens? The dog is taking us for a walk. So similarly, instead of I controlling the mind, the dog of mind is a dog. It should be under my control. But instead of I controlling my dog mind controls me. It is taking me not for a walk, for a ride. It is not just taking me for a walk. It is taking me for a ride. That is the biggest problem. We don't understand how this mind cheats us. We don't even realize. So he says, Prabodha Samaya, during the time of waking, this fellow understands, oh, that what we saw in the dream is not real. Similarly, during the real waking, he understands whatever he saw in the waking state is not real. How can that be? How can that be? Like we see illusion. I was sitting there, and they have, I see this glass jar which is kept moving like that. I said, what is that? Why is it moving? The glass jar kept on the table was moving like a wave. I was like, why is it moving? Then I saw there were candles lit there below, and there is fume which is coming from the candle, which is not visible, and it makes a kind of a mirage, and which makes the waste move. I tried to capture it in my camera, but that my camera is more smarter than me. It didn't say, no, that is not you. That is your problem, not my problem. It didn't cover the movement of the waves. No. So the problem is me. The problem is me because I understand, accept things in the way I want it. So he says, Prabodha Samaye, when he wakes up, the world of duality which he sees ceases to exist. Why? That is what I was explaining. From one order of reality, you can remove the other order of reality. One order of existence, you can remove the other order of existence, which is not superior to it, but inferior to it. From the waking, I can negate the dream state. If this is not real, a dream state, is it real or non-real? Is it real? Waking state, is it real or not real? Dream state, is it real or not? Okay, let us talk about waking state. Is waking state real or not real? Not real means you should be able to negate it in the dream. Do you negate the waking state in the dream? Is dream state real or not real? Of course, not real. How do you know? You negate it from the state of waking. If it is, see, that is not real, from this point of view and this is not real from that point of view, I should be able to negate this waking state in the dream state. I don't do that. I cannot do that. Why? The state of waking does not exist in the state of dream, because there only that state of dream is reality. There is another reality inside the state of dream, which is a mother of pearl, silver or rope snake inside the dream. The erroneous idea which I see inside the dream, which I cancel inside the dream itself. You understand? In the dream, I see a rope snake, and somebody comes and tells me, oh, that is rope, that is not snake. I understand that it is rope. The snake is removed inside that very dream. So that order of reality is an inferior order of reality, is an inferior order of existence when compared to the dream state. Because it is a superimposition inside the dream. So it has a very less credence. Now, whereas this dream has more power on me. When I come to the waking state, that order of existence of dream has no credence, has no power. I immediately cancel it. Oh, that is dream. Why? Because this is a superior order of existence. So from this superior order of existence, I negate the inferior order of existence, which is dream. Like I negated from the superior order of existence dream, the inferior order of existence rope snake in the dream. So inferior is negated by the superior dream. Inferior dream is negated by the superior waking state. Inferior waking state is negated by the superior self. Inferior self is negated by the there is no inferior self. If you are going to accept inferior self, like inferior dream, superior dream, inferior dream object, superior dream, inferior dream, superior waking state, inferior waking state, superior self, inferior self, what is the substratum? So you have to stop somewhere. Otherwise, there will be regression ad infinitum. You have to go on searching for something or something or something. It will be like the self accepted by the Jainas. The Jain philosophy accepts the Tirthankaras. They realized people to be traveling higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. That is their realization. They are going up and up and up and up. So that will be the situation. So we say no. All the search ends with the substratum. Once you understand the substratum rope, there is no search further. There is no fear or there is no pleasure due to the snake. I may be afraid of the snake, but the snake catcher, there was one there are two people who were awarded highest award, Padma Bhushan, highest civilian award kind of, for two snake catchers. What were they doing? They were going places to catch snake, just for the fun of it. They are snake catchers basically, and they are interested in catching snakes. For them, if they see a rope snake, they are happy. For me, if I am going to see a snake, oh, snake. So that object which is creating pain, or that very object which is creating pleasure, if I understand the substratum of that object, that it is rope, it is not going to create any pain in me or any pleasure in that snake catcher, if he understands that it is only rope. So that is why he says, Yet Sakshat Kurte, one who sees that, one who perceives it in reality, Prabodha Samaya, at the time of waking, waking in the waking state, waking to the reality. prabodha samaye. How? Swatmanameva dvayam. As what? Swatmanameva dvayam. As one non-dual. As oneself. That dream object doesn't exist. It is me who projected it from the state of waking. And from the state of realization, this waking does not exist. I projected it because of ignorance. From the state of waking, the dream object didn't exist. It existed because of my erroneous idea of the defect of a dream. And here, the waking state does not really exist. It exists because of my defect of ignorance. When he understands that, he becomes that knowledge self. To that knowledge self, he says, Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye. To that Guru Murti, that form of Guru, who teaches me that this self is the substratum, and what you see as self is not really the self. What you see as the creation is just a reflection in the is like the reflection in the mirror. Therefore, to that Dakshinamurti Namaidam, may this salutation be. Let this salutation be to that Dakshinamurti, that knowledge form. So, with this, the first sloka beautifully comes to an end, and we'll see this. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.